When you hear the word self-care, what comes to mind? Is it bubble baths, spa days, or sitting down to read a good book? Well, you're not alone. But these types of activities are not the end all and be all of self-care. Self-care takes many forms, some of which might be unexpected, like time management. And that's because self-care isn't just about pampering yourself. It's also about protecting your energy, setting boundaries, and making intentional choices with your time. And doing all of that allows you to have more time for your well-being, your passions, and the things that you enjoy. So in today's video, we're going to look at the hows and whys of using time management as part of your self-care routine. But first, I'm Cassandra of Master Your Stress. And at Master Your Stress, I help women to decrease feelings of stress, anxiety, and overwhelm while easily adding more self-care into their day. Back to the video. So first, let's talk about what happens when you aren't managing your time well. The very first thing that I can think of is that self-care goes all the way to the bottom of your to-do list, which makes sense because you've got chores to do, you've got errands to run, you've got to make dinner, you've got to make sure the kids do their homework, you got to make sure that mom or dad have everything that they need. Is it any wonder that you're not engaging in self-care? But the problem is that this is not a sustainable way to live. Over time, you're probably going to become burnt out. Here are some signs that your well-being is being affected by poor time management. You can constantly feel overwhelmed and feel like you're being behind. You don't ever feel like you have enough time for yourself. You say yes to every single everything and completely overload your schedule. You feel guilty about taking time to take breaks and rest for yourself, or you struggle with focus or procrastination. Now, let's talk about shifting your mindset and why time management equals self care. So, one of the first things that you want to do is change how you think about both time management and self care. Because, again, most of us think about self care as something that we do when we have extra time, something that comes after all those important tasks of the day. But I'm here to ask you, what happens if we flip the script? What if managing your time well was a powerful form of self care? Time management isn't just about getting more done, it's really about making intentional choices with your time so that your day feels less overwhelming and more fulfilling. It's about structuring your schedule in a way that honors the needs that you have. And whether that's carving out time for a morning walk or setting boundaries around your work hours, it's about giving yourself space so that you can breathe before you jump to your next responsibility. Because if you don't control your time, then your time will control you. And you definitely don't want that. Being more intentional about your time helps you to protect your energy, create space in your life for those things that matter, and give yourself permission to rest, relax, and recover without all that pesky guilt getting in the way. Having a well managed schedule that you control leads to less stress overall and less decision fatigue because you don't have to feel so overwhelmed by having an endless to do list. It also leads to you having more control over your time and energy level so that you can show up as your best possible self. It also gives you space for self care, rest, and personal growth so that you're not feeling completely drained at the end of the day. Because time is one of your most valuable resources. It's one of the most valuable resources that any of us have. And treating it with care actually is an act of self love. So instead of seeing time management as just another responsibility that you have, try looking at it as a way to help you create the type of balance, peace, and fulfillment that you need and that you want to have in your life. So let's talk about how to use time management as a form of self care. When you're ready to take control of your time and make time management work for you, there are some practical, actionable steps that you can actually take. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk about three of them. The first one being a time audit, because there is absolutely no way for you to know what changes it is that you need to make in your life without currently knowing how you actually spend your time. So when you do a time audit, I would suggest that you take a minimum of 3 days to do it. And what you're going to do is you're going to write down each and every single thing it is that you do during the course of those 3 days and being honest with it and just, how long it is that it takes you to do all the things that you're doing. And after you do the time audit, then you're going to want to review it. And some things that you actually might notice is that you are wasting time on distractions, like doom scrolling on social media. You might be taking time out to take care of tasks that aren't really important, but that drain your energy. And then you might actually notice spaces within your schedule where you could actually build in some type of rest or self care or personal time. So once you have a clear idea of your time and how you're using it and where it's going, then you can start making adjustments to your schedule so that you can free up a little bit of space for yourself. So the second thing that you can do is start setting boundaries in order to protect the time that you do have. Because one of the biggest reasons why people feel overwhelmed and burnt out is because they don't protect their time. If you say yes to each and every single everything that's offered to you, there's actually in the long run no room left for you. As I said before, time management isn't just about getting more things done. It's about choosing what's worth your time and what actually isn't. So you should start setting boundaries that are going to honor your needs. And here's how you do it. Schedule your self-care like any other appointment. I tell this to my clients all the time because if your self-care is on your calendar, then it's more likely that you're actually going to do it. Another thing that you can do is start learning to say no without guilt because no is a complete sentence. And protecting your time is absolutely positively not selfish, it's something that's necessary. Another thing that you can do is to create some kind of buffer time in between tasks. So, as much as you can, avoid scheduling back to back commitments. Give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or more of breathing room in between tasks so that can allow you to have time for self care. Because setting boundaries isn't about saying no. It's really about saying yes to yourself and prioritizing activities that will help increase your well being. Now, the third thing that you can do in order to make time management as part of your self care routine is by creating a unique morning or evening routine for yourself. Because the way you start your day and the way you end your day really determines how you feel, both physically and mentally. And having either a solid morning routine or evening routine or both can be a complete game changer. Here are some ideas for having a morning routine. Why don't you try starting the day without checking your phone immediately? Many people that I know, first thing, before they even get out of bed, they're already on their phone, just scrolling through it, and they don't even have time to breathe or relax or center themselves before they begin their day. Another thing that you could possibly do as part of your morning routine is to take 5 minutes for mindful breathing, journaling, or stretching before diving in to your tasks of the day. Another easy thing that you can do in order to create a morning routine for yourself is to set a clear intention for your day, and that will help guide you and will help guide your focus. So let's talk evening routines. Here are some ideas of activities that you can do to help you rest and relax before you go to bed. So the first thing that you can do is stop using any kind of screens, whether it's your phone, your TV, your iPad, whatever, at least half an hour before you go to bed. Another thing that you can do is reflect on your day and reflect on at least one small win that you had during the day. Another thing that you can do is create for yourself a relaxing wind down ritual because this can help signal to your body it's time to rest, relax, and let the day go so that you can go to sleep. And you can do things like reading or journaling or engaging in skincare, deep breathing, whatever it is that you enjoy that helps you to rest and relax. Now, having a morning or evening routine does not have to be complicated, and it doesn't even have to be something that's long. Having a simple habit done consistently, that's the key. Doing it consistently can really change how it is that you feel each and every day. Because time management is not just a tool for productivity. It's also a form of self care that allows you to live your life with intention. It'll help you choose how you spend your time so that you can reduce your stress, feel more in control of your life, and create more space for yourself. Because the goal isn't to pack your day with tasks, it's really to design a life where you feel calm, balanced, and more aligned with your priorities. So let me know what's one small shift that you're going to make in order to start managing your time in a way that supports your well being. Let me know in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and forward it on to someone else that it might help. That's all for now. Catch you next time.